Hey everybody, today got something different to look at. Got a Panasonic PT-RW330 with solid shine, which this is a DLP projector, but it is laser instead of lamp driven. I don't have a whole lot of experience on laser. They're just kind of starting to get more popular in the repair aftermarket. So this one, let's see, class 1, was sent in by a customer. Apparently it turns on and shuts right down. Looks like a normal Panasonic, probably even based off of a lamp model. So before I start taking it apart, let's just confirm the symptoms. I see a couple of things that stick out as problems, such as dust. So I suspect the driver took some damage. But let's see. Let's go power. Keep watching those. Phosphor wheel spun up. These use kind of a color wheel. I don't know if you guys can see that. No green. And it turns off. So I think the green diode may have a problem. Let's unplug her. Oh, knock that around. Knock your tripod around. And let's start tearing it down. And this, I think, uses security screws. I'm hoping we can just take this piece off. Because I suspect the green laser driver overheated. Hopefully the diode itself is okay. Because I don't know if I can even get parts for this. This is one of the main reasons I still like projectors that use lamps, is any sort of thermal failure mode is usually going to take out the lamp, which is replaceable. Alright, set it aside. Looks like it might be just clipped. Please fit. Yep. I don't have my narrow long points. There we go. Now the top came off. Look how dirty that is. Here's the inside. I'll bet you this was designed for a lamp, and then they finished it as an LED or a laser, because this optic setup. Oh wow. So that was a fan, and behind there is supposed to be a fan. this is the laser module over here, I believe. Let's get you guys back out. This is the laser module. Let's see. That's the part I think that died. So let me put this back in. Let me go see if I can find a service manual first. Alright, so we have to expose in here. So I took that screw out, take these two Phillips. Let's see, that should release. Oh my goodness. Okay. Actually, gotta get the front off. I see what looks like a animal. I mean, it's not, but it looks like one. I hope I can get the parts this needs. Or maybe I can just fix it. If the diode's bad, I can't fix it, but if it's the driver, I can fix that. I'm trying to remember, is that... No, that should slide off. Let's hold it. These guys... Alright, so there's 4 screws that hold the front on. The 2 silver ones on the outside, and then that one and that one. Now, let's see if this comes off alright. Okay, then we have 2 screws again, and the base. Or 3 maybe? Yeah, 3. And I did find the service manual. Just downloading right now. And then should do it. There we are. And that's what I wanted to show you. Alright, so this is the heat sink for the cooling pipes to the laser module. That's the laser module. That sticker used to be on there before this got so hot it burned the sticker off. And it got that hot because of that. This is a solid sheet of dust. That's all dust. That's how big that is. So if they had, I don't know, just hit that with a vacuum. Just vacuum right over there. That's all they'd have to do. But now we probably have a bad green diode, because where I want to get is in here. We have a temperature sensor. That's that. And then, how do we get all of this out? Should come out as a module. Wait a minute. Oh, they're the same length, okay. They got a one-way screw on that one. That's curious. Right here, it's a one-way screw. Only goes on. Unless you, aren't an idiot. See why that's one way, why they don't want me in here. It's probably to protect me from damaging something. I'll bet you the filter wheel is in there, because I see, or the phosphor wheel rather. Let's see, let's get that cover off. There's probably alignment holes under there. Alright, let me just put that. That doesn't need to be off, then I'm not missing anything. It's probably for adjusting. And then once it's adjusted, they lock it. Try these, because I assume that tape is supposed to warn us. And then for the inner screws, I'll use a different container so I don't mix up the screws I don't recognize. Oh. Okay. I think I got it. Let's get some of these wires moved so that I don't accidentally tear them. The phosphor wheel, which is just the laser color wheel, instead of having colored segments that it shines through, it has phosphor coated segments that glow the way we want them to. Oh. Another one-way screw. Oh yeah. All right. There's our phosphor wheel. Looks fine. Let's get you guys so you can see the laser. That's this right here. So that's something, and then what do we got? It's another one. So we probably have two colors in here, one color here. What I might do is plug it in and see what we get. Would be neat to see the inside of a laser projector run. All right, let me go see if the service manual's done downloading. Check the service manual, and I found some information that will be helpful. The way this is set up, it is laser and diode. Let's get it back in the frame here. Here we are. So this is what they call the laser diode unit. This creates UV, I suppose, that hits the phosphor wheel, and the phosphor wheel helps create green. Then that is combined with the red and blue LED modules, which are located, let me get my glove back on here. This is the blue unit, and underneath here is, underneath here is the red unit. So we have green. This is the laser diode unit here. It shines light out, which hits the phosphor wheel, and then we have on this side the red LED, and then the blue LED, and then some dichroic mirrors for combining the beam into this. And then we have the DMD up in this area here. So the problem is that I suppose this is not coming on. I think that's powered by 390 volts through here. But I did also see that there's an airflow sensor. I don't know if that airflow sensor is triggered off this super dirty blower fan or what. But I think what I'm going to do first is get that fan out and get this shroud out, clean them, and then I'm going to set that cover back on, and then we'll try and fire it up and see what happens. So let me do that. I got all these cleaned out. That's cleaned out enough. This metal is actually rusty. This is out of a gym, so wouldn't surprise me that sweaty air would create sweaty dust. Sweaty. Let's get this cover back on top. Set that down. I'm going to put a screw in. I need to protect my eyes, because that laser energy can be nasty. Let's plug the phosphor wheel back in. That's in. We just need our control panel. And there is a safety interlock switch right here. So let me see, what do I have? Let's try. I don't want to crush it, so let's see. Can No. There we are. Let's get power. I still think it's going to shut down, but in case the airflow sensor wasn't sensing correct operation, this will tell us for sure. Phosphor wheel spun up. Still no green. And it turns right off. And we get no lights. It's not even giving us an error. Ew. That's not good. See, we should get something flashing up there. Nothing. Let's see if... No, no difference. Wow. Well, let's see. I'm not gonna look at it, but I'll check and watch through the camera and see what we get. Let me see if we get any light in that area. Oh, no. There it is. We got some light. What do we not have then? No red? Something not right. But I can't get a good error code. Let me check the manual. Alright, so a big illuminator comes on. But no green. Why am I not getting green? I wonder if this is blooming. See, what's supposed to happen is the light's supposed to go through here, go into there, bounce into the phosphor wheel, and then back out as green. But I don't see any green. Make sure I'm not looking at it so I don't get my eyes burned by the UV. So you can see we have blue and red, that's why you're getting the purple, but there should be green right here and there's not, because this is barely coming on. I'll reset it again, and this time we'll just block the light path, turn it that way so that you guys will be able to see what I mean. Alright, so now I have this blocked, so you'll see there'll be a little bit of light. They're trying to come on, but I suspect some of those diodes are bad. See what I mean? That's all UV right there. Right there. And this thing ran so hot, the heat sink that comes off that pipe, so much dust on it. I thought it was an air filter. It wasn't. It was dust. So the next thing I'm going to try, just to make sure, is I want to block off. Actually, I'll just disconnect the wires. I want to unhook the red and green, so we see if we get any kind of, or red and blue rather, so if we get any green if I eliminate the red and blue. So I'm going to unplug these wires. There we are. They're unplugged. I mean, those are some beefy JST plugs. I like those. Panasonic always uses nice parts. Alright, so now let's turn the main power back on. It's on standby. And let's see what we get. If we get any green. Little bit. Very little bit. Very, very little bit. That's nowhere near what it should be. So I'm pretty sure it's nowhere near it should be. I think there's a couple diodes dead in here. So what I really want to do is pull this out and see if we can check the diodes. This fan was clogged really bad. This whole thing was just covered in dust. There's another video that shows that I'll link at some point once I get it edited. So I'm gonna get this module out. So I think I have everything disconnected. I tried taking those screws out, but there's a one-way screw that I can't really get to. I'm gonna have to get one of those tools that's not a pair of pliers for taking those out. I'll put those all back in soon. But I removed this screw, that one, and one in there that hold the optic module in. So we're going to disconnect that temp sensor, this one, a phosphor wheel, all this stuff going over here. Yeah, that looks good. And I should be able to, I'll probably have to unplug some other stuff. This guy down here, probably. But I should be able to, yep. That's on, oh, I got unplugged, make sure that's unplugged, and it is. Let's see. So now, there we go. I'll knock this ferrite bead, drop it inside, expose more dust. Slide that all back. That's what I wanted to get out. Let me straighten up here a little. Look at all that. Oops. This thing's just stuffed. All right. Since I have this out now, I'm going to set this cover back in place to help keep dust and debris out. I do have to put, there's a screw that goes in here, so I'm only going to put one in the top just to hold it in place while I work on things. Oh, that's the wrong screw. Longer one. Oh, there it is. There we are. So the problem, I'm pretty sure, is this guy right here. We will check the drive board too. That's also possible, but I think this is our problem. There's the bottom. We can see the wiring. Look at all that. And that. So there's our, it's a cathode, the anode, cathode and anode, and you can see the LED down in there. And that's a temp sensor for the LED. Or I think that's, yeah. That's cool. I'm pretty sure this was designed to use a lamp originally, and then they modified it just with the way this is all put together. That could be you could have a lamp set up in here in place of this and still use everything else. So what I want to do, let me get the power cord out of the way. I want to get this off, so I'm going to check the manual. Well, that was unhelpful. The manual says I have to change the whole unit. So what we will do, unfeed this wire. I'm going to try and get that guy out. If I sit it, yeah, that's safe. Let's see if I can get a good grip with a pair of needle nose from this angle. And I finally got the screw out after ruining one of my screwdriver drill things. I had one of these die. The motor let the magic gross smoke out. And I had to chew on it a little, but it's out. And it's going in the trash. Now, let's see, that should just come off. There we go. There's the element. Let me move this somewhere safe. What I want to do now is see if we can determine exactly what failed in here. You know, if it's I don't know, just so we can know. It looks like there's just a whole bunch of laser diodes. Let's pop the lens off. Let's see if that looks like it's glued. This stuff. Oops. Let's just see if it... Oh yeah, it's just glued. And then a whole bunch of UV laser diodes. It's a lot of them. That's kind of cool. Let's see, I'm going to just set these there so I don't mix them up and put them in the wrong place at some point. And you can see Those are all UV laser diodes. So how do I get them out so that we can look and see what's really bad or not? Can I take this off? Let's see. Oh yeah, probably. This is partially for my own curiosity. I've never seen inside one of these particular light sources before. I've worked on LED projectors that use all colored diodes. You know, you got red, green, and blue diodes. I've never worked on one that had the UV laser with the lenses and the phosphor wheel. I like to understand why they have the phosphor wheel, though. I would think that you'd be able to just have a phosphor mirror for it to shine off of, really. But I'm sure there's a reason, and maybe somebody can put why in the comments for me so I can know. Alright, so that just probably helps with cooling, I'm guessing. So I'd like to just have all those come out the back. Maybe I can find if one is bad and then can be replaced. Let's see if I can do this without. Yep. Didn't want to pinch the wire. There we go. Heatsink is disconnected. And now we can really see how it works. So they have, let's see, they have 3 strings. These are ground, I assume. They didn't actually connect to anything. So we have anode and cathode, anode and cathode. Okay, so we might be able to check this now that I can actually see where they are. Go to this side. Let's just see if we can get anything to reference. 328 ohms. 2.9K, 6.6K, 163 ohms, 14K, 150K, 15K. I am assuming the low value ones are the bad ones. But they're just measuring all over the place. Alright, I'm going to take those screws out temporarily while I measure this. I'm just going to put one of those under it to keep crud from getting inside. .3. See, I'd expect to see the same value on each one. Because I'm measuring them, they're in series, so I'm essentially measuring each one by itself. Let's try diode check. Put a little voltage on it and see what happens. 0.74, 0.65. See, the reverse is coming out so weird. Oh, there we go. That's weird. Let's see if any of these start to glow when I check them. Not quite sure. Let's see. Because I think these turn on pretty low. I'm sort of wondering if I can just get these laser diodes. Because maybe I can just replace it that way. Just change each particular bad diode out. That'd be pretty cool. So see, I got 0.7 that way, 0.85 that way, and then we go to the next one, and we got 2.4 that way and 0.7 that way. So I suspect the ones that are reading 0.7 and then 2 are good. I think like this one and this one are bad. You know, again, I'm kind of guessing. I'm going to see if I can find, ooh, I know, maybe I have an old optical drive. I can compare the UV LED in that. Well, we'll find out.